Have you ever noticed how some people seem to attract money, opportunities, or the right people without even trying? What if I told you it's not luck, it's energy? Today, we're diving into manifestation, what it really is, how it works, and how I unknowingly manifested financial abundance before I even knew the word manifestation. So, buckle up because if it can happen for me, it can happen for you too. Welcome to Abundant Life with Amber Walsh. So, hi, I'm Amber, and I'm your new best friend on this journey to living abundantly in every area of life. Here's the deal: abundance isn't just about a fat bank account, it's about health, joy, time, freedom, and yes, being able to splurge on the Starbucks without feeling guilty. On this podcast, we're diving into mindset, manifestation, spirituality, and all practical stuff like budgeting hacks, time blocking, and running your life like a boss. Because if you're anything like me, you want the woo and the how too. So each week, we're also going to talk about real life stuff happening in the world because let's be honest, life isn't all high vibes and vision boards. Sometimes it's what the heck is going on moments, and we need to talk about them and how to process. Oh, also, if you hear a little sass, a little humor, or a swear word here and there, don't be surprised. This is a judgment free, bestie level conversation. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's talk about living your most abundant life. So I've realized something about myself recently. I was manifesting long before I knew what manifestation was. I think it's because I have always been open to possibilities. Even as a kid, I was a daydreamer. I picture the life I wanted, and I'd say things like, I'm going to do this one day. And looking back now, those things came true. For example, if you grew up in a landlocked state and ever visited the beach, you probably said, I could live here. Well, I didn't just say that, I declared it. I will live by the ocean. How was I going to get there? I had no clue. But today I live about 25 miles from the ocean. As an adult, I never thought I'd leave Tennessee. But here I am in South Carolina. I also come from a long line of women who had baby girls at the age of 18. I remember saying, that won't be my reality. So at 23, I had my first child, and he was a boy. I didn't just break that pattern, I rewrote that script. There have been many moments like this in my life, times when I affirmed something and later it became my reality. Not because I was a master planner or a risk taker. Honestly, I spoke these things and I think my subconscious mind said, okay, let's make that happen. Here's what I've learned: our conscious mind thinks and reasons, but our subconscious mind, that's where our habits and our self image live. So when you affirm something and truly believe it, you're planting seeds in the subconscious mind, and eventually your conscious actions start lining up with these beliefs. That's a lot, right? Now, let me be real. It hasn't always felt that way. There were times where I felt stuck, sad, and full of limiting beliefs. Times I didn't think I was capable or worthy of the life I wanted. But I've done the work to overcome those beliefs. And today I'm ready to live my most abundant life yet. And that's what this podcast is all about, helping you do the same thing. So I want to start by sharing a time I manifested money before I even knew what manifestation was. I was 19, living on my own, and I got really sick. I needed gallbladder surgery and time off work. Way more time than the PTO I had. Rent was due, and let's be real, 19-year-old Amber didn't have a savings account. Honestly, 39-year-old Amber doesn't have a huge savings either. But that's changing because I'm manifesting. So, I was worried, but deep down, I just knew it was going to be okay. I prayed, not in a super spiritual way, but I begged, just like, please help me find a way. And guess what? Out of nowhere, an accounting error happened, and I got exactly what I needed to cover rent. I cried so hard because I was so grateful. Looking back now, I see what happened. I had faith, I trusted, and I was grateful. And those are the cornerstones of manifestation. So if you're listening and thinking, that could never be me, I'm here to tell you it can. And I'm going to teach you how. We'll do this together, step by step. We're going to break limiting beliefs. We're going to shift our mindset and manifest our most abundant lives. All you have to do is trust the process, be open, and keep listening. We're going to grow together. So let's talk about what manifestation really is and isn't. Okay, let's pause for a second here because when people hear the word manifestation, a lot of ideas pop into their heads. Some people think it's all about sitting in circles with crystals and chanting affirmations until money rains down from the sky. Others think it's total BS, like, oh, sure, I'll just think about a Tesla and it'll appear in my driveway. Here's the truth: manifestation isn't magic, but it is magnetic. It's about energy and alignment. It's your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions all vibing on the same frequency as the thing that you want. You can't just think your way to millions while sitting on the couch binging Netflix. Although, if you figure that out, you better call me first. The real deal is this: when you believe something is possible for you and you feel it in your body like it's already done, you start making choices that move you toward that reality without even realizing it. The law of attraction is basically saying like attracts like. But there's another law I love: the law of action, because without action, nothing changes. That energy shift, that belief, that's the foundation. But your steps, those are the bricks that build the life that you want. Here's something you can try today. Write down one thing you want to manifest this month, and then ask yourself, if this were already true, how would I act today? Then go do one thing from that list. Now, here's the mindset shift that you will need. You can manifest from a place of lack if you're constantly saying, I'm broke, I'm stressed, nothing works out for me. Guess what? That energy you're putting out there, the universe is like, cool, more of that coming right up. You cannot manifest that way. Instead, you have to shift into abundance thinking, even before you see the evidence. That means gratitude for what you already have and confidence in what's coming. It's not ignoring your reality, it's creating a new one by believing in the possibility. When I look back at that 19-year-old me with no PTO, no savings, and a pile of bills, I could have panicked, but deep down I trusted something would work out. And because I believed that, I kept moving forward. That's what abundance mindset looks like in action. It's trust plus movement. So start your mornings by saying, I am abundant. Opportunities flow to me daily. You'll be surprised how different your day feels when you lead with that energy. So here's the big takeaway, bestie. Manifestation isn't about wishing, it's about aligning, it's believing, feeling, and taking inspired action. And you don't need to have it all figured out today. Just start with that one thought: what if I want is possible for me? Next week, we're diving even deeper into the science behind manifestation and how to rewire those limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Now, if this episode lit a fire in you, share it with a friend, follow my blog, it's unapologeticallyamber.com, and look me up on TikTok at unapologeticamber, and let me know your biggest takeaway. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button so we can keep growing together. Remember, you are worthy, you are capable, and abundance is your birthright. Until next time, keep manifesting those dreams, and I'll see you on the next episode of Abundant Life with Amber Walsh.